Okay, we should be live now. Welcome to the next stream. Yeah, that has a bit of an unconventional start for the stream, starting already in game, but new update rolled in, and I just wanted to not wait till the world kind of handles all the updates while we are waiting here. So that is good news. Bad news, well, we still have all those problems with Z fighting here all over the place. Here and here, and yeah, I didn't get a chance to figure out what's wrong with those. And what kind of I find a bit strange is that vehicle here. Well, those two vehicles here and here. They should be using the same models, but we see that this one has this Z fighting problem and this one doesn't. Although you notice how that one has this dirt on the door here. And so does this one, so does this one, but not this one. Okay, so let's check this thing out. And we make this vehicle dirty. Is it here? Well, now that's just for blood. Does that blood? Yeah, here we are. Once we have some extra textures, this body here loses it. So, what does that say to our curious mind? Well, that means that the Peter's guess from the last stream's comments was correct. This is a UV setup issue. So, how do we fix that? Okay, let's open up Blender, go to our Ftypes, and check what we have for our sorry, I'm just having some issues. Steam decided to go on top. You didn't see it, but it kind of threw me off. Okay, so vehicle bodies. Let's check. What was that? That was a medium length. Pick up here. Okay, so what do we have for vertices? UV maps, and here we can see that, yeah, that only has one UV map, which technically should be fine, I guess, but here's the problem. If we go to something like, where do we start? Animated, check this door. We have two UV maps named UV channel 1 and UV channel 2. So let's copy this name, then go here, rename that into one UV map, and next UV map would be named like this. And that is probably gonna be tedious. That's not gonna spoil things for us all that much, I hope. Yeah, I guess it might. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Because that is one UV map and that is the second UV map, which is used for all of those decals like splashes of dirt or blood all over the vehicle, and even damage overlay is handled by this UV map. So this Z fighting was caused by us not having this second UV map. Okay, that's fine. That's gonna be a lot tedious to fix this, but we just know we can go through all those vehicle bodies and try to fix it. So let us fix all those medium vehicles now. And I don't even think we need those maps to be named correctly. For example, here we see that even with this wrong name, the map works as intended. It imports all those UVs from other objects we merge into, because they have two UV maps. So let's just go through all those medium-sized vehicles, try to add those secondary UV maps, not bother renaming them. And try to re-export and check if that helps. Go, and now let's do the same for all those crew medium vehicles. And that problem also, I suspect, was introduced by new Blender version, because previously if you imported a model that had more of those UV maps, it would just expand the list here implicitly. Okay, and well, hello, my first viewer of the stream. Please let me know if I sound alright, because I get some worrisome red spillage here. Maybe I should tone it down a bit. Maybe like that. Well, let me know if I sound alright. Anyway, go through all those crew mediums. Okay, so that is all done. Now, all medium and all those medium vehicles, let's collapse, just make sure that those are the only visible collections. They are. Save, now export, FBX, use PZ export profile, that is the target folder, and we need, that would be our medium bodies export. We export FBX, now let's go to game and check it out. Yep, and now with this export fixed, we can see that, yeah, blood splatter works fine, and where is it? Yeah, that vehicle also stopped with Z fighting here, which is good on one hand. On the other hand, where are those big four-door pickups we assumed were working before? I believe one is up there. No. One, yeah, up here. So that one, that would probably have no Z fighting issues. If we go vehicle, let's set blood on the left, and we can see that, yeah, it is in fact afflicted by this Z fighting. So all vehicle body models, well, aside from medium size we did right now, need to have this fixed. Okay, well, we know what to do, and thankfully we don't even have to restart the game for it. So let's go here and let's do this. So now when I hover here, I can use like up and down buttons to move this selection. So that's why I'm not clicking, and that's giving me a bit of a faster turnover here. Blender is very sensitive to where you're hovering over. Okay. So you have to be mindful if you know that something works but it doesn't work for you. Try to check where which part of this viewport your mouse is over. Okay, so here we are. Now that's all crew long, now all long vehicles. Yeah, and also I'm not sure if you noticed, but I had some extra streams last Saturday. Those were not planned, and they were not Project Zomboid mod making. I even changed the stream type for the second one. I completely forgot that this is a thing when I started the first one. And both streams were on the game called Slay the Princess, which I love dearly. I mean, the game, well, Princess 2, but that's a different thing. And I just had really wanted my wife to play this game. And her condition was that, yeah, we will turn on the stream for other people to see. So there we were. And after she had some runs with it, then I took the stream over, but there were not much narration from my side. Thankfully, the game has pretty dense narration from the characters, well, if you keep moving on without hovering over your decisions. So, yeah, and today, if you were wondering, no, that's not likely to repeat. I might have some Slay the Princess streams tomorrow. Maybe at about the same time as this today. Anyway, here we are done with all the long vehicles. Let's redo export, FBX, Ftype body long, and export. Now let's go and check in game. And here we are. The Z fighting is out, the blood is displayed correctly, yay us. Now all we're left with is those vehicles here. Those are the regular sized vehicles. So let's go Blender and fix them. Okay, close those two collections, hide them. Okay. Okay. Okay, those should be all done. FBX, export, FBX, profile export FBX, and those are body miscellaneous. Okay, check in game. And well, that's not exactly right. So here we have a problem with this tail side here. It's kind of specific to this regular size, I guess. But why would that be that big of an issue? And also, what's wrong with this smudge here? So I guess we broke some of those UVs and we need to investigate them further. Well, okay. Let's go and check what we have with them in Blender. We'll have to hide all of those and check for components. Yeah, I probably should have kept this, just turned off this collection here and kept all those vehicles here and here turned on, but like that way. Now, what do we have? Component, regular tail F350. There's this components collection. Okay, so that one here. Okay, UV channel and yeah, that feels kinda wrong. So what about a tail 350 for like medium? If we check this, and well, that looks pretty similar. That one isn't broken. Hmm. And what about regular pickup? Oh, yeah, that's fine still. Maybe medium is broken too. What about a long tail? Yeah, that tail here looks, yeah, that's here as well. Okay, so we have this gray side here. The colors look about the same. Huh. Maybe it's this one then that is causing, yeah, that one is causing us issues, and that one too. Okay, okay. So now if we go open this one and go to UV editing, we see how they are mapped here. Oh, both of them, both of those sides on here. However, if we go and take this one, that has only one side here, and there's a lot wrong with this. Okay, how can we copy those UVs and make them make sense? That side kinda works, that side doesn't. Okay, so that side here and that side here, they are close enough. those two are fine as well. Now, that triangle here, that needs to be in here, and in a place kind of similar to this. If we go and check this one out, that one, and oh, that one is about correct, that one is far from it. Yeah. So we need those two to be mapped around here. Okay, let's UV project from view. So here they are. Now we need to invert them along x axis. Where did they end up? There. And now move those vertices to be closer to those. Let's grab you, move you here, grab you, move you here. Well, no, I don't want you to be exactly where they are. Let's switch off this magnet. Okay, that looks fine. Oh, like that. That should work and get us the results kind of close to what we expect. Yeah, those two faces, let's duplicate them, separate them into their own object, because we also need to change that one. Those two, they have wrong UVs. Do they? They do. They're stuck here. Let's drop the faces. Let's take that one and join. I said join. That what I was talking about earlier. I pressed Ctrl J, that should have joined them, but because my mouse was not here, it was here. It didn't work. So be mindful where the mouse is. Anyway, now here we are. Those are about correct. Is that right? Okay, well, no worries. Now, what about this one then? Okay, so that is where, okay, please go away, bot. We should set up something to filter them out. So, nope, not this one. Where is it then? All long, all regular shared. Is it this one? Yeah. That one looks more like what we are interested in. And if we check that one out, faces here, yeah, they are kind of where I expect them to be, honestly. So on this side, yeah, they are the same. So, what's the problem then? Okay, so the problem is this one here is pretty stretched out, but here in UVs they are very narrow here. So, do we want to fix that? And if we do, in which way? The easiest way would be to take those and move them out, but do we have the same problem with long vehicles? Let's go back and check in game. Okay, so here we don't really see anything, but that's not right. Here, yeah, I guess that's the similar problem we have here. You see that dirt here is really stretched out, which isn't good, but what you gonna do about it? And here, yeah, that's the same stretching of dirt here that gives this strange effect here. Okay, so well, what would happen if we give it some more space here? First of all, that one, and that one. Why is that one connected so weirdly here? We obviously should have, if we go here, that those two vertices, let's set them a bit further apart. Yeah, well, that one should connect here still. Let's magnet on. And then that one, we see. So my guess is this vertex here is this one. So that how does it connect? That vertex here that is not connected here is obviously this one, and it is connected to the inner. So that should be here. And then that one, those two should be like so, I guess. Yeah, that kind of flows more naturally now. So, okay, let's try to save those edits and make sure they are fine. Oh, no. No. That's not really how it works. Is it though? I guess we can deal with that for now. So, components, let's disable that. Let's remake this collection visible. Export, FBX, and miscellaneous bodies. I forgot to switch to Blender, so you were seeing game here. Did you re-export that? Yes, it did. Now we can see that this one is getting dirtier, though there's a visible crease here. And that thing here, well, we see a lot less of this dirt stretchiness here. We still have a problem here. Okay. Well, that tells me that this is the right direction to go. So let's go and try to fix this on, well, as much as we can. Okay, hide all of that. Show that. Okay, now component, regular, so that one, and that one. Okay, so those two, that is the crease we were talking about, and you can see that, yeah, they are connected here properly. Now, that one. If we check those two faces, they are by far not properly connected. So let's take this one and edit it a bit. So now they are normal. And what was that with some extra faces? I am not really fond of that. So let's make sure that is our only selected object. Okay. Okay, so we have the similar issue on this side, I guess. Okay. Well, let's check this later. Select all, mesh, clean up, merge by distance, 5 vertices eliminated. Okay, okay, that's good to know that we forgot to do this, but did it now. Fine. Now this one. Select all, mesh, clean up, merge by distance, 11 vertices eliminated, even more. Okay, so make that here, and let's weld those UV positions here. Now this side, that and that, yeah, those are a bit problematic. Here, let's move that as well. Okay, so that should eliminate some of those creases visible here. Yes. Yeah, and some of those creases are caused by using different textures. Well, no wonder. Okay, now that side here. That's fine. Now that one. That one is wrong. So that vertex should be here, and that one should be here. With this one going all the way here. Okay. So let's make it a bit more evenly stretched out. Yeah, that kind of works. Okay. On that side, let's move you back. Let's move you forward. And that should give us some better results. save. Exit. Hide this collection, show this collection, and file re-export FBX. Oh, and once again, you're seeing the game when I'm working in Blender. I'm really distracted apparently. Okay, and it's getting dark here, so let's general debugger, game speed. Let's wait for data. Here we are. Okay. Close. Okay, and that mud splatter here and here looks, well, more natural to me. Hopefully to you too. There's still some disconnect here I'm not fond of. Why is that? Blender. I don't show that. So what's with this disconnect here? Okay, yeah, that is the cause of this disconnect. Now that should be better. Here we have this already fixed. Now, on that object too, let's fix that. And I hope that that one does not have this issue. No, it didn't have it any issue. Okay. Okie dokie. Well, that's fixed for now. Let's exit. Hide this collection, show this collection, save, export, FBX, miscellaneous, and check how that looks in game. Okay, yeah, that fixed those corners here. Good. And yeah, kinda, that was accidental that those splatter marks here are stretched this way, but that kinda looks natural because that as this wheel tries to roll, it might throw some dirt here over the top, and that's why it would be smeared this way. But that kinda fits, looks good. Okay, even though that was by accident. That one maybe needs some love too, but we will fix them when we come to them. Now next, we need to set up Wagon types. We already have some of them set up here, like this one, Dash Intruder 150 short, but those were a different vehicle type at all. Those were in a different export. Now here, let me see what we have vehicle-wise. So, okay, screen, that is our checklist. So we have those crew long pickups set up. We have those pickup crew mediums set up. Then we have this set of pickups set up. Those long pickups. And yeah, I guess that's where is There are some others. Okay, those are regulars, those are long, those are mediums. And we don't really have crew medium pickups. That's fine. Okay. And those added pickups, they bump us to 46%. Now let's mark some more of those vehicles. We have this PZK Chevalier Province. Let's copy that. Let's go into our text editor, slap that here, and find what body this province is. Okay, Chevalier Province. Chevalier Province. That is, okay, Chevalier Province template. Let's find it where this template is defined. Okay, that's where it is used. Look. Template, no, that's here. Okay, so this template uses a model for, well, unsurprisingly, Chevalier Province. Okay, how do you look in game then? Chevalier Province. Is it this one? Yep, that's Chevalier Province. So, what size is that? Well, that looks, well, first of all, that is a 4-door variant, but that is shorter than this long 4-door variant, like Crew Wagon here. It has also 4 doors, but it has this hump here. And I feel like that, yeah, this rear wheel here is almost at this rear door, while here we have this gap here. And we also have like long vehicles with fake doors. So my call is this Chevalier Province is what we call a crew medium wagon. And I believe that's like a one of a kind vehicle. I don't see other 4-door wagons that don't have this hump. That one is also, it also has this hump on the cargo compartment and 4 doors, and that one here. That one has fake doors. That's not a 4-door wagon here. Okay, okie dokie. So that one is crew medium wagon. So let's define it. Let's go to text. Okay. Okie dokie. So scripts. We had a separate file for those pickup animated, and yeah, for some reason I decided to make those lights in pickups when they really should be in there in the lights file. So let's cut them from here and shove them here, I guess. Those, what? Okay, oh, hello, Miserim. Good morning to you too. Well, it's not really morning. Oh, I am making a mod for vehicle animations. So let me show you what it looks in game. So that is Project Zomboid, which is an awesome zombie survival game. And one of mechanics it has vehicles. So normally vehicles, yeah, So normally vehicles, when you try to enter them, well, no, that ended up being a bad example here. When you try to enter a vehicle, that happens, like the character just, well, yeah, that happens too if you don't have a key. Let's chip the key in. Then character just pops out of existence and now you control the vehicle. Which is fine, but kind of breaks immersion a bit. So what I'm trying to do is working with all those vehicles here to make it so you can like come up to a vehicle. Well, and you can see that, yeah, some hoods are open, and you've already seen how. Okay, if I have the key once again, if I open the door gets opened, and if we roll down the window, we can, well, that's a bit of a problem here, but the character is visible inside. So that is the goal of our mod. Also, if you enjoy mechanics on in Project Zomboid, then you might appreciate that as you like pick parts of the vehicle, we can remove this windshield, and now this windshield is gone, and you can correctly see the wheel. Yeah. Yeah, if you zoom in on the minimap, I guess you can see the character sitting, you don't see the vehicle. Let's see. Map. And let's... can we zoom in further? No, it wouldn't let me. Well, either way, let's continue disassembling this vehicle. So let's take out other windows. Let's take rear windows. Let's take that window too. Remove this cargo hatch. Remove hood. Remove doors. Okay, so that's kind of one usual package here. Then we can go and like, remove lights from the back, remove lights from the front, remove a battery here. That is kind of added just as a marker if it's in or not. And even the seats can be removed. So that looks a lot more like a stripped down vehicle than what you get in vanilla. Now, this minimap, yeah, I guess I don't use it that much, to be honest, when I play the game. Okay, so that is what my mod does. I have one mod that is called Vanilla Vehicles Animated, that covers all vanilla vehicles, and that I had been asked to. The floorboards here, they are here, but that is like a problem with the Z depth mask that they have, because that bush, it doesn't recognize that the vehicle should be always on top of it. It sees that, yeah, that bush has more verticality than the vehicle floor, so it pokes through. If we, let's grab the seat here and get in. Oh, yeah, we need this battery installed too. Can we install it? Yep. And no key. Understood. No gas. Set contents amount. 33. Now if we roll off this bush, we can see that, yeah, the floor is there, but just some grass is poking through. And yeah, that Z recognition of this character sometimes interacts weirdly with the seed, which I was trying to fix last stream, but wasn't successful. Like, obviously, this character should be sitting on the seat, not in the seat. But what you gonna do about it? So, here we are. And last few streams we spent uh, a lot of time modeling all those vehicles around here. And now I'm working on adding, scripting them into game. So, here, that is my file in Blender, where I have all sorts of vehicle bodies set up, including those 3 service vehicles here, and a lot of different types of headlights. The mod adds a bunch of vehicles that look similar enough, but they have differently shaped headlights. So if I want to remove them correctly, I have to do a bunch of copying. So like hide all of that. Where is that one? Okay, so that is one geometry for the headlights, but if we use a different material, we can see that, yeah, painted headlights, they don't match this geometry. So that material here, and for a vehicle that uses different material, we have to use a different model here. And so that uses a slightly different geometry for the lights. And now that's what we will be adding in text editor. So that's what we are working on. Current target would be to take a copy of those pickups file and make a similar for wagons. So let's copy and paste the file, rename this into Ftype Wagons, Animated, copy. Okay, that's fine. Now, here in this file, everywhere, instead of pickup, let's just auto-replace this to be a wagon. Auto-replace, that should do it. Okay, so that is some of those base models. We might not need them eventually, so let's just leave one and drop the rest and figure out what other objects we need here. So vehicles, Ftype, wagon, rear window, well, regular wagon, rear window. That's fine. That object here is for a rear window of a regular sized wagon here. So that's our regular sized collection. And that is a regular sized wagon. And the rear window should either cover just this bit here on the trunk or both trunk and sides. Either way, in this collection static, we would have rear window, that's a regular pickup. A window, regular wagon, rear left and rear right, so those 2 windows are for the sides. And in animated collections, if we enable them, rear window, regular wagon. So that is like the main window we will have to use. So let's check in game if we need to use all three or just this one. That will make a difference. Let's find our regular wagon. I believe that one is one of those. F6 van, okay. It does not seem to have separate rear right and rear left windows, and if we remove, okay, why? If we remove this window, those windows stay this normal size. Why would you do that? Is it a part of left window? No, it's not. So that this window, apparently from this mod perspective, cannot be removed. Okay, I can deal with that. I can make it part of this rear window. So all three it is. Fine. But we will still need to have three separate models. So that one, regular wagon rear window, this object name, copy from Blender, Control C, and Control V, and OK. So I forgot to name it object. Yes, I forgot. Well, I'll deal with this later. Now, fake doors, wagon, well, that's not how this rear window here works. That should have a different length. We have some different length of those vehicles. We have regular, we have medium, we have crew medium, we have yeah, and long and crew long. They kind of share the same rear window setup. This main flapping part of rear window, they have different side panels for the windows. We'll get there. So next size, that would be our medium wagon rear window. Once again, copy from Blender. The object name is this. Oh, and those are not static anymore. Let's find some non-static objects. They're not here. Ftype shared. So to make something non-static, we need to have construction like this. Static false and bone weight, specifying which bones govern this object. So instead of this static, let's fix that. Static false, bone weight, and the bone name. We go to Blender, go to this regular wagon. That's the name of the bone it should be using. Going back to in here, trunk upper, regular trunk upper bone. Okay, that makes sense. Let's copy all of that. Let's paste it here, and medium windows, they use different bone. That would be this one. Okay, and now we need two more of those. One would be for crew medium, and one would be for long. Crew medium wagon rear door. Object name is this one, crew medium, and bone name would be slightly different too. finally, long window. Too long and long, they thankfully use the same window, so let's first paste the bone name and then paste the object name. Okay, here we are. Those are all for those windows. Now, rear left and rear right windows. Those are also going to be a lot of them. So those not gonna be a big window, those gonna be regular rear left and regular rear right. All of them, thankfully, are static. So we don't have to figure out bones, but we need to copy correct object names. Window, regular, wagon, rear left. Why are there so few of them here? That gives me a bit of concern. So that is regular wagon, rear left. Fine. That is a regular wagon, rear right. That's fine. Oh. Yeah, let's make it window. Let's specify that that is a window mode. Now, here in Blender, we specified that yeah, those are for regular windows. But we have different sized vehicle bodies. For example, that is our crew long vehicles. Long, medium, crew, medium. So medium, wagon, and oh. For example, crew medium vehicle or wagon here, it has different sizes for those windows here. So that one is not gonna fit. Okay, and where is something that would fit? Would it mean that this window here? No, that one also does not contain those windows. Where are they then? Did I forget to pull them out of those collections here? Oh, it doesn't look like that. I don't see a lot of numbered objects here. Okay, rear window, forward door. Okay, so they are joined together through medium. Well, it makes sense, to be honest, just to have them as one object. Static objects, static objects. Okay. Okay, let's copy that name, go back to text, and oh, let's paste it for now here. Type window rear, and that would be our crew medium. Crew medium. Here we have rear window, and let's keep it here as well, rear window, but name it as static. And here, yeah, that's a static object. That's fine. So we have crew medium rear window and we have crew medium rear window static. And Wagon, why don't you recognize that those have the same beginning here and here? Yeah, because I forgot this Wagon here. Yep, they're the same now. Okay. We have that for crew medium. We need another one for medium. So let's grab the correct object name from Blender. Big door, medium wagon. Here. That would be the one. Medium wagon as object. And now we need to have long and crew long. Same way. So crew long and just long. And objects are rear window, long wagon as object. That one would be for long, and that one would be for crew long. Even though that's a bit of a different name convention, but that here it is. Okay, so those are for rear window models. We now need some models for trunks as well, about the same number of models as we have for no, actually more models than we have for those rear windows. Trunks may have different bottom parts. Oh, no sense in worrying about that. Let's take this one. Let's take this hood part as our basis. Paste here, model type. Ftype. Okay, start with the regular wagon trunk. Okay, so here in Blender we have all trunks are animated parts, and they would be here: trunk, crew long, regular, wagon, and wagon 350. Let's hide all those vehicle bodies. So that is one variant of the trunk, and that is another one. You see they have a slightly different flaps here. That's because of the different size of tail lights. If I just kept that one for all, then the trunk would open or grab part of the tail lights. And if I kept this one on, we'd have some awkward spacing above the tail lights. So I need two models here. Okay, one would be this one. Go to text, trunk, that one, and the bone names here. We have, here you can see we have two bones. One for trunk upper bone, one for trunk lower bone, regular. So let's copy them in our text file. So we want 100% of weights from trunk upper bone and 100% weights from trunk lower bone. Okay. Paste here, that's fine. And let's trunk 350. And that would be our different model. It It uses just a different, here it has a different object name, and it uses the same two bones, which might not always be the case. We might use different lower bone for some of those trunks. By the way, let's put it here. Now those two trunks, let's copy them for different sizes. Our first size would be for medium. Oh, I accidentally deleted this keyword here, modem. So for medium-sized trunks, so medium-sized trunks are those two. And here you can see that, yeah, the bottom is a bit different. And in the bones, we see, oh, why do we still use lower F350 bone? Well, that doesn't look right, does it? Let's check the animations. Let's make this armature visible. So that edit. What about this bone? Trunk lower, province bone. So let's go to animations. Select here. Let's select this trunk closing clip, and yeah, that's a bit of a problem here. You can see that door, it opens, but it rotates around this bone too, not this one. So that's an issue. Let's copy this bone name. Okay. Let's select, go to object mode, select this one, go to here, and rename this vertex groups to correct bone. So now if we try to select this one and go to pose mode, now we see that those two variants of bottom, they each rotate around their own perspective of hinge or bone or whatever you want to call it. Hi Brazil, good morning to you too. What brings you here? Hope you enjoy this trip. Okay, now that's sorted out. Let's copy object names and bone names to the correct spaces. So that bone name, that is going to be used in both medium trunks here and here. Now, that bone name is only for trunk 350. Let's copy that and paste it here. Now, the other object here, it uses that bone name. Let's go to text and paste that here. And now object names. So, regular medium trunk object name is that, unsurprisingly, and the other one, also quite unsurprisingly, that. And that should be good to go. Now, next size. Next size is called crew medium. Crew medium, oh, this crew prefix on the size name, that means it has 4 doors. And a little bit different names here. Okay, yep, I'm glad you're playing PZ. Wish I had more time to play PZ. Okay, so those two, yeah, we can see that they indeed use crew medium instead of medium. Okay, yeah, he is a frequent viewer of this stream and we collaborated on standard vehicle upgrades before build 42. So I'm not surprised. And technically me working on PZK vehicles now is also because Jack asked me a lot. By the way, let's find out the bone names. Well, unsurprisingly, there are also crew medium, trunk upper bone, and crew medium lower bone. So hopefully they just we just add crew here and crew here. That would be our matching bone names and matching object names. Good. Next, we need to have trunks for long vehicles. And crew long vehicles use the same trunks, which is fortunate. So we have long wagon and long wagon F350. So I expect that would be just long and a long, but maybe it would be crew long. Nope, just long. And the bone names also just long. Just swoop into Blender to quickly check. Okay, now we have all the trunks, we have all the rear windows. We have everything we need. So let's work on those templates. Okay. Here we have a regular wagon animated. So regular wagon, it needs also to have a part for trunk. Let's find some other script where it has the part definition we are looking for. So that would be this one, part trunk door. Let's copy this, paste in here. So trunk door, we use as the model for the trunk door on regular wagon. We would need, where is this? That's the medium trunk, regular wagon trunk. That would be our model here. Now, for rear windshield, that one we also need to take this regular wagon rear windshield and drop it in here. Yeah, that's already here. And parent, because that thing is animated and it is part of this trunk door, we need to specify that it is parent to this trunk door. Now, with this rear window, if we just leave it like that, that would work, but not ideally. So let's try to add this vehicle to the game. So let's, for now, let's comment off this Chevalier province. Let's find some regular sized wagon ID. Wagon ID Franklin 150, Chevalier E6 van and Chevalier F6 van. So let's take this E6 as our base template. Let's create animations profile. Cut this into here. So what is our base model? Oh, oops. Okay, base model. Let's take this one. Chevalier dash Franklin E6 van. Okay. That one is using province materials starting from 3-4. Okay, so I want a regular wagon province 3-4. So I need to have this object specified here. Let's dive into Blender and find it. Vehicle bodies, a regular wagon province 3-4. That is our object here. Paste. That's fine. And that should be our base vehicle, our vehicle base. So let's paste that in here. Now lights. That is indeed province 3-4 lights, but that should be a regular province 3-4 lights. We created all those lights profiles last stream, so not gonna show you this time. Now that animations profile, that is not fake door pickup. That animations profile should be this template. We just created a regular wagon animated. Go here, and we have, well, two doors with windows. And instead of it being an open bed version, we need it to be a trunk door version. Okay, so that's one vehicle here. Let's copy that and let's restart the game to see how it applies. Okay, project's on board, close game. Oh, here we are. So let's start the game. I created this last line here with create animations. Oh, yeah, let's switch the game, let it load. And yeah, unfortunately, due to my hardware not being top notch, it takes a minute to load the game, even that not a super high requirements game like Project Zomboid. Okay, we are in the main menu. Let's reload the game again. Hopefully that wouldn't take too long watching this lone zombie to walk along the streets or the fields. Okay. Yeah, still taking a while. Okay, and About time it finished. So fingers crossed, now we have... Okay, now we have a spam of problematic or problems with some vehicle, which is expected, not desired, but understandable. So one of those animated parts is not properly recognized with its bones. So hood is fine, and I guess that's the rear window. So if we remove it, yeah, this log spam here, it got fixed. So if we put that window back here, the log will keep on spamming. So what's wrong with this window? Yeah, and the window itself apparently is missing. So you can see the trunk is open, but the window is not there. What's with this? No, that's not the rear window. Okay, so something is wrong. What is it? I need to check, let's go to Blender and check how our materials set up for this object. That one is our rear window for a regular trunk. Rear window, regular wagon here. So, material. That has one material set up. Okay, that's fine. Has two UV channels, one bone. Animations. Is it properly animated? It is. Okay. Huh. Now let's see what we have here in code. That is this. A regular wagon rear window, a regular trunk upper bone. And here, yeah, that's the same regular trunk upper bone. Is this the correct name for this bone? Regular trunk upper bone. Yes, it is. Okay. So trunk works fine. This window does not. Oh, I think I understand why it doesn't work. So here we can see that window is supposed to be imported from this Ftype static file, which is not where it is. It is here together with those trunks in Ftype Animated. So static windows, yeah, they are part of the static file, and those ones, they are in Ftype Animated exports. That should fix it, hopefully. But we'll have to restart the game to check if it is working. And before we do this, I want to show you what other thing I meant here. With if we just specify this window here, we'll be missing those side windows here and there too. And ideally, I would expect those to be like separate parts here. So that's why I modeled them to be two separate items. But since they are not here, we have only front windows, and let's attach them to this rear window in the script. The way to do this is here on this with those two models and this template. Let's specify more models here. So let's specify a model left static and right static. So we know that this one is for our rear left, and we know is this rear right. That's gonna be our rear right. Okay. So those two now should be part of this window, though let me guess one more thing. Ftype shared. We need to set this, set all models visible to true for that part, because we have more than one model. Okay. And that should be it. So let's restart the game. Oh, hello to all the new viewers. Sorry, that's gonna be a bit of a boring game starts period right as you came here, but maybe we'll see something working for a change. And I really hope to be done with all the wagons by the end of this stream, so we can get a big completion boost to our progress, then maybe throw in those tow trucks, and then start working on other vehicle types. And I think a lot of those remaining vehicle types are gonna be like one of a kind. I guess we have some semi-trucks, like Peterbilts, that are a group of similar looking vehicles, but I'll leave them till later. I want to do some vehicles that are just one and done, don't require all those component sharing and complex setups. Anyway, we are now in the main menu. Now go get loading the game. Let's see if that change of import direction helped with the rear window. Because debugging a mod is not always so trivial. Okay, and how is everybody's day going on so far? Yeah, I noticed that a couple of you wrote that that was just a morning for you, but morning can be a defining feature of a day if it's alright, or if it's a like bad morning, that can ruin the whole day. So I hope all of you are doing just fine. Okay, glad to hear that you're okay. Yeah, waking up is a chore sometimes. So why is it still dark? I thought we moved time to a daytime. General debuggers, let's speed up time to let the moon past the horizon and please like stop and start the game. So here we are. No spam. This window here, those side windows here, and all that jerking movement is a bit disconcerting. So yeah, we remove this window and all those parts go away. We put this window back and all the parts reappear. So that vehicle now can be considered done. Though that's the problem with the mod once again. If we remove this headlight, now that looks fine, but this vehicle can actually, where is this vehicle debuggers here? That vehicle can spawn with different skins. So for those skins, that's fine. For that one, it's serviceable, but you can start seeing that here it's not really matching those lights. And for that configuration of headlights, that is just wrong. So that's the problem with those materials. And hopefully someday we will fix that, but that will require some on the main mod level. Some work on the main mod level. Well, maybe I'd be able to fix it. Now let's spread these animations to other regular vehicles. How do we do that? First, that is, nope, that is our global vehicle list here. We have just completed this E6 van, so let's mark it as done. We have F6 van, that is similar enough. We have Dash 150 regular van, Franklin 150. So we have those three vehicles all being wagons of regular size. Let's copy them. Oops. Go into apply animations, paste them here, and now we need to have that here. So first would be this Chevalier F6 van. Let's find what it's about. Franklin, no, that's Chevalier F6 van. I'm mostly interested in what skins is it using. Now that's a template for Chevalier F6 van. I want to find the vehicle script. Chevalier F6 van. So that is province and province 2. Here we would need to use a different base mesh. Use province 1, 2 as the base model. Save it here. And yeah, I guess that uses the same lights. No, it uses different lights, but the same animations here. So clone animation profile, cut it here. Use that one as the base. Then use that as the base model. Those lights I want to use intruder, regular intruder lights. So we have, what is it here? F-type regular intruder lights here. Because province 1, 2 uses lights from intruder. And we have the same animations profile, same doors, same trunk, so all of that stays the same. Now, next one. This one obviously is dash intruder. So here on those vans, we need this regular van intruder 1. That's gonna be fine. Let's check how it is called here. Regular Wagon intruder 1 vehicles. Paste, yeah, that matched. That's fine. Save, and use that as our main vehicle name, and we can even save on this one, this change of lights, if we instead use this one as our template. That's okay. And our final vehicle of that size is this Franklin 150 van. That's what we call F350 types. So here we'd have, okay, let's get this model, Wagon F350 1 to 5. And the model name for that would be, copy from Blender here. So here that works kinda okay, but that will break some of those vehicles, specifically this Franklin 150, because it will be using wrong lights for it. So instead, oh no, 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 no. That is not using those province regular intruder lights. It uses this province 12 lights. And that one uses, if I use this regular intruder, then I need to use those lights here. Same deal for regular 350 here. That's what I need to be using as these lights here. And that's gonna be mostly okay, but we will still get a problem with this vehicle. So, but I'll first restart the game and then show you what the problem is. Though you might already have some guesses. Because I showed you that we had those different trunks for most cars, and then F350 trunks were a separate thing. Oh, well, yeah, I guess that doesn't make sense now that I gave the game away. So we need a separate, how do you call it? A separate template here for this regular wagon. Let's make a copy here, paste it here, and then our trunk door. But that's gonna be not this trunk door, but this one. So let's slide down here, and this rear windshield actually is gonna be the same. It's just this trunk door that is getting changed. And we can make this rear windshield as a part of a separate sub-template that we then include in here, but just one duplication is not worth it. But I might consider it for the future. Either way, that should be called regular Wagon 350. Let's take this as our animations profile and add it here. And it uses the same doors, the same trunk, so that should be it. Now let's start the game and see if that helps. So everything is saved, the game is getting started. Okay, oh, Let's wait while the game loads. Then check if all of those vehicles are fine. And then do the same for other sizes of wagons. Okay, so the game started. Now we can continue. And just wait. That is kind of a bit of annoying bit part of making mods when you need to constantly restart the game to test them. Which you have to do if you reload scripts. Okay, here we are. The game is started. Now we should have more vehicles completed. So that one has the hood open, that one has hood open. Which one is that? That's, yeah, F6 van. Check the trunk. Trunk has the window, that's all fine and good. What about other ones? That one looks like it's part of this family. That's, yeah, Franklin F150 van. And we have a bit of a problem here. If we go vehicle angles, angle Y. So here, that light here is missing. Why is it missing? Because the part is installed here. Using the key. So the trunk is open. While it's getting open, the window is getting animated. We can see the corner of this window inside here. Would be more visible from like a less awkward angle, I guess. Or not. And so should I look into adjusting some of those textures? Because if we make our floorboards darker here, then this change from the side into floor would be more noticeable. Maybe that's a good idea. Maybe not. Okay. That and here we have the same problem with this light as this light. So that's something we probably need to fix. What about regular sized? Yeah, regular sized pickup also has this light missing. Yep, yep, F150 pickup. Okay, that's a problem. But I'll deal with it a bit later. For now, all regular wagons are considered to be animated. So let's mark them in our spreadsheet and move on. Okay, those. Now, next, what do we have next? We have province, which is a crew medium pickup. That is just one vehicle of that type. So let's find out what textures does it use. Was it province here? Yeah, province. No, that's not what I wanted. Chevalier province text, that's a template. Chevalier province here. That's province shell 1, 2, and all the way through 8. Which is a bit of a problem, but I'll use this 3, 4 as the basis. So we need base mesh for this 3, 4 province. And instead of this being a regular, let's do the screw medium. Screw medium, Wagon, province 3, 4. Is that in Blender as well? Screw medium, Wagon, province 3, 4. Let's copy just in case. That's here. Okay. Now, because we don't have to deal with different this 350 variants, I'm not gonna separate this rear window as well. I'll just take this template. I'll just copy it here, rename it into crew medium Wagon Animated. And now let's use proper trunk. So here we have trunk, crew medium trunk. Crew medium trunk. Now this rear window, I want to use crew medium rear window. And now instead of that one, let's find this crew medium rear window static. Let's drop it here. That's no distinction now with left or right. You're just one static, and yeah, let's. Oh. Why didn't we, okay, I guess we don't really need this, set all models visible by default. Okay, that's good. Windshield rear, that's fine. Default static, fine, 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 fine. Let's copy this line here. Copy this vehicle ID, paste in here. That is our base mesh name. Our lights is crew medium lights. Do we have crew medium lights, by the way? Maybe we don't because we had no pickups in this length, but I'll just leave it be for now. And now this animations, that's gonna be crew medium Wagon Animated. Now, crew medium means we have 4 doors and 4 animated windows. So let's drop you here. And yeah, you have a trunk door version. So you have a trunk door at the back. So that should be it for this size of vehicle. Let's find some next vehicle too before we restart the game. So, province long, suburban long, wagon medium F-150, and then we have F-250 long and long 2. Okay, yeah, I guess we should get into the game and check what vehicle types those are. So, province long and province long CUCV. So, game province long and province long CUCV. I know we have province long, province is this one, so that probably would be province long. Yeah, province long, and that is our crew long vehicle. And that is CUCV variant of province long. Well, that's a little bit unexpected, because I don't have this as a base model here. Okay. Um, vehicle HSP skin, so there are no different skins. Okay, so those lights, I guess I can inherit them from one of those. Though which one would those be? HSP skins, next skin. That looks pretty close. So those are 3. I guess, yeah, lights from province 3-4 of those would fit this CUCD. Okay. Let's hope that is the case. So, items. Modal crew long Wagon province 3-4. That's gonna be our vehicle. Okay, that's fine. Now, here I expect to have to deal with F-types crew long wagons. So here we are. Plate, F-type crew medium. That's plate vehicle. PZK F type long wagon rear window. That's gonna be our template for this rear window part. Paste it here. You use not those too long crew medium rear window, you use, oh, that's going to be a long rear window, isn't it? Ftype medium, Ftype. Here I forgot to switch this to long. Okay, good catch here. That's gonna be a long one, and static bits. Static bits, we need one for crew long and one for long. So those are separate here anyway. Okay, crew long, wagon, rear window, and now that one. Go template here. Just use this rear window, and trunk should be crew long. No, I don't want the latest update, please. Crew medium, long wagon trunk. That would be it. Okay. Oh, and since that trunk also is gonna be shared between crew long and just long wagons, I'll probably split it into its own subtemplate too. Long wagon animated. Your template, just long wagon trunk. So let's take this part, paste it in here. Like so. Comma, comma. That's okay. Save. Now, vehicles. What vehicles do we have in that regard? Well, that would be Province Long, CUCV. Make a copy. Paste name here, base model. Crew long, wagon, province 3-4. Now here, that's gonna be a long lights. Here, crew long lights, well, not after 50. Do we have some other crew long lights? Crew long lights 1, 2. Okay, that's not exactly what we want, but crew long province 3-4 lights. That should be it. And now here, that's gonna be crew long wagon animated. And it still has 4 doors and trunk door here. That's okay. Now let's clone. Paste in here. Use that one as a base. And we actually can use the same base vehicle and same lights for this vehicle AT as well. So now with 3 vehicles in tow, let's restart the game. So what I am worried about is if we have the crew medium lights set up. If we don't, we'll have to add them. And that probably would be a good moment to figure out what's going wrong with our rear left light for F350s. It shouldn't be giving us issues, but it does. Start the game. Okay, main menu loaded. Let's get into the game proper. And see if it all works. I don't expect it to work perfectly the first time. But hopefully it's not gonna be too broken. Okay, no such mesh. Vehicle, crew long, wagon, province 3-4. No such mesh. Vehicle, trunk, long, wagon, object. Well, that is a bit worrisome. A lot worrisome, I'd say. Okay, yeah. Vehicles, crew, long, wagon, province 3-4, and yes, I know what the issue is. So, the issue is rather annoying because it was easy to avoid. Or at least one of the issues. Here, with those crew medium, um, that one also has this issue because we're trying to import it from this Ftype bodies medium, and those long vehicles we're also trying to import from Ftype bodies miscellaneous when we should be using different uh, exports. Like we have this medium file for all medium-sized vehicles, and we have this long file for this long-sized vehicles. Okay, so that's one problem. Next problem we have is the lights. Here, those lights, you can see that they are not really matching up with what this should be. So maybe those lights are not 3-4, instead they are like 5-6. I guess we'll try to find it out. So let's go to Blender. and try to figure out which lights we need. Stay here, and what other vehicles do we have? Okay, so that one is 5, 6, that one is 3, 4, and we obviously need to use this 5, 6 lights and geometry, not this 3, 4. Yeah, that one has square lights here. Okay, well, at least for this UCD one. So let's copy that one. Let's use too long of 5, 6, 5, 6, and that is okay. Now here, you instead of using this 3, 4, you need to use 5, 6 modal and lights. And everything else can stay the same. Now let's check that this one we can match lights with what is appearing in game. Just if we go to this vehicle and try to cycle through skins, skin, that one no, that one no, that one no, that one is. So those lights are fine. And yes, we have definitions for, no, those are crew long lights. And here we don't see any lights, which is a problem. No key. Is there a key inside? Nope. Well, give me the key, and just to check, you need some gas. So yeah, here we see that there are no lights, so that means we don't have medium lights definitions, which is also a problem for us. So let's work on fixing those. Text, Ftype, lights, no, not model for lights. Script for Ftype lights. Okay, templates, regular lights, template, medium intruder, regular lights, rear lights, medium lights, crew long lights, regular lights. Okay. So those are okay, modal lights. Well, front lights, yeah, they stay the same across all sizes because they share the front. Now too long, medium. Let's copy all those medium lights. Copy, paste, and call that crew medium. Control H, change all the medium into crew medium. Here, change, change. Okay, so that's one way to do that, and then we need to also change it here. So change. Okay, and we're back at the top with all the correct mediums. So that should do that, but we have a problem with this rear light F350. Is that not what we are using? How, how is it called in Blender? Lights. Oh, wait. That light. Yeah, that's okay. Lights. Medium F350, rear left object. That should match it. Okay. Anyway, let's restart the game and try it again. Close, close. Okay. D. Okay, so we're still missing some meshes here. Light screw medium intruder rear right object. trunk crew medium wagon object. So that, well, first of all, that one looks not fully right, is it? But at least it looks somewhat better, I guess. But we are missing this trunk, where is it? Trunk long wagon object. Are we trying to import it from the wrong file? Or is it just not named this way? The way we're also missing those side doors, which makes sense, I guess, here. So first, let's figure out this trunk. Long trunk, this one here, and in Blender you'd be called trunk long wagon, province, yeah, F350. Trunk long wagon province. And trunk long wagon F350 obj. That one. Okay. So that should fix the trunk being missing. What else are we missing here? Light crew medium intruder rear right object. Okay. But why are you trying to import this crew medium intruder? Because we don't have this size of vehicle, do we? Crew medium is just province, and that's not using intruder. Okay, so we have something messed up here with lights, I guess. Crew medium lights, intruder, province, intruder, rear right. Lights, crew medium, intruder, rear right object. Lights, crew medium, intruder, rear right object. Okay, intruder. Okay, that's a typo here. Let's fix it in Blender instead. Okay, that makes more sense now. Other that are out of order here. I don't think so. Okay. Either way, let's hide all collections here in Blender. Let's show this entire collection of lights. File, save, export FBX, Ftype lights. Export, check in game. Okay, well that's kind of strange. Those lights, they don't match here, do they? Alright, crew long, province 3-4 lights. Now let's try to find them. Here we are. Okay, so you are for some reason using 1, 2 lights for all of those. So you should be 3, 4, you should be 5, 6, you should be 7, 8. That's okay. Intruder 1, intruder 6, intruder 11, that's good. Now, F350, use 2 long lights, that's okay. Those 2 long lights, use 2 long lights LR and RR. RL and to the right. That's fine. But I suspect that here we have the same problem with this province too. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8. And here that province 2 also has a problem. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8. Province 3, 4, that's fine. Okay, and you are now fixed. That should do it. Well, let's go on and add more vehicles to the list before we restart the game. What are we missing now? A suburban long, that was too long. We have a Wagon medium. Okay, that's one Wagon medium. Let's copy like that. Paste it here. Franklin F150. I guess that would be F350 type texture. Franklin F150 Wagon medium. Yep, Franklin 350 F shell. Okay. Oh, that is good. So, wagons, let's define a new model and a new template. Have this crew medium wagon. We want it to be just medium wagon. F350 15. Copy. Name from Blender, not crew long, just medium. Wagon F350 15. Okay, that's okay. That's our base vehicle model. That put here. You go here. Now lights. Lights need to be medium and F350. Those lights. And template. Oh, once again, the template is once over, so we'll not split it into separate subtemplates. Just copy that crew medium. and change it to be just medium. So that model is defined. That model is defined. That model is defined. But here, instead of that model, I want to use this 350 model. That's right. And yeah, let's denote that this one is Wagon 350. Now you only have two doors, and you still have a trunk door. Save that. That's gonna be good. Next we have Franklin 250 Wagon Long, Franklin Dash Intruder 250 Wagon Long, and Franklin 250 Pickup Wagon Long. What a strange name. Let's see what they look in game. Oh, it's dark again. Okay. So what are you? Franklin 250 Pickup Wagon Long. That's this strange name. And if I'm not mistaken, you should be animated by now, because you are a crew long. But you are. Franklin 350 Wagon Long. Okay, dokie. So Franklin 350 Wagon Long. That one is also crew long. So crew long, that one here. Let's clone. Let's put you here. And now let's work on those crew long base meshes and oh dear. Long wagon rear window. That's gonna be the same for 350 and this one. So that one is gonna be different for 350. Let's call you trunk 350. And you use, instead of that model, you use that model. That's okay, and now that one, long, Wagon 350 animated. And you use this trunk 350 animated and crew long wagon. Let's copy that template. So you are crew long window. Not a crew long, you're just long window. And that model, yeah, that exists here. I see a point. So now let's copy those two templates, paste them as a long wagon and long wagon 350. Both of you are using this long rear window. Save Okay, now that's just one bit here. We want the screw long, where is it? Wagon screw long, instead of province 5.6, your F350 1 to 5. And your object name is screw long F350 1 to 5. Okay, save, copy model name, paste model name here. Lights need to be this screw long on 5 lights, and animations profile is gonna be different. It's gonna be crew long 3 feet. Okay, that should do it. Now what else do we have in game? That one, F250F Wagon Loan in our list. That one, Franklin F250 Wagon Loan is just Wagon Loan. And this pickup of Wagon Loan, that was also just a loan. Okay, so those three big ladies all should be long, two-door wagons, like this. Let's create animation profile. That is the vehicle ID. Now Franklin 250. I'd say that's our F351. Let's copy up. Let's copy this model definition here, Ftype. Not crew long, just simple long wagon 350 1 through 5. Go into Blender. Long vehicle wagon F350 1 through 5. Paste, save. Okay, that's our base model. Our lights are gonna be same as those two long lights, F350, and animated. Let's see, long 350. That is our animated. And in terms of number of doors and windows, we have just 2. Cool. Next, copy, paste. Hey, hijack! You're here to hijack the stream? I'm glad to see you anyway. Okay, got that. That is obviously an intruder type vehicle, so that's gonna be here. Type long wagon, paste, intruder 1. Wagon, long wagon, intruder 1. Paste here, so that's the base model. Paste here. Now lights. Intruder 1, long do we have some long intruders here? The long intruder onelets. Here we have. Okay, that's fine, but you don't need the 350 animations. So let's get you this one. Okay, copy, paste, Franklin 250F, pick up, Wagon long. Well, that's a really strange name. Once again, it's this one, yes? Yes. So you are a two-door long wagon that uses Franklin vehicles. Well, Franklin skins. And you are, yeah, you are a four-door variant. Which one was it? This one. Franklin 150 wagon medium. Okay, that's not the one. $250 wagon long. So okay, okay. I think I see the problem here. Franklin after 50 F wagon long. Pickup wagon long. This one. Okay. So that one. Franklin after 50 wagon long is actually a wagon medium. And that wagon medium that we called 150 wagon medium is a crew medium, isn't it? No. The only crew medium we had was oh my god. That mess makes my head hurt a bit. So okay, nice lurk. Nice having you here. So Blender. Let's hide this collection. Let's show our raw collection here. Hide everything in it. So we have wagon along here. We have province here. And so province is two doors and province is four doors, and that is crew medium. This wagon long is fine. That wagon medium here is, yeah, it's identical to this wagon long. Okay. So wagon long should be treated as a wagon medium. Suburban long is like a crew long, and wagon long 2 is what is actually long. Okay. 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 So of that one vehicle here. So that's wrong. We need to use that ID here. because you are a long wagon here. And you are a long wagon here, but here, this wagon medium, that one is just medium. Where is the true medium wagon then? It's the province here. And that medium, that needs to be also cloned into this ID here. But you are also Ftype, so you are basically identical. Let's check this one. Let's just find some clear space and spawn those two vehicles and compare them side by side. So main, spawn vehicle. What are the vehicle IDs? One is Franklin 150F Wagon Medium. Okay. 150, Franklin 150 F Wagon Medium. That's one vehicle. Second one is 250 Wagon Long. No, Dash Intruder Wagon Long. Is it? Dash Intruder Wagon Long. Okay. No, Franklin 250 F Wagon Long. That should be Franklin. Okay, 250. Franklin 250 Wagon Long. Spawn vehicle. And those two vehicles are identical. So if we play with those schemes, then we change that to red. They are the same vehicle. Why do they have two different IDs? I'm not crazy, am I? I'm not crazy, Okay, so let's just clone this vehicle into this one, and nothing else matters here. So that's like the easiest form of cloning. We just repeat the same vehicle once again. That's all good. Now that one is here, that's good. Save all of that, and now let's restart the game. Okay. game, start the game. Okay, no such mesh. Trunk, crew medium, wagon, object. Okay, that's gonna be an issue. But that's just one of them missing. Okay, what about you? Okie dokie. You have a problem with those rear windows, but that's we know how to fix. We just need to copy it from some of those other vehicles. Now that one. Um, that works, I guess, but once again, doors are missing here and here too. That is all fine. With those doors, uh, if we go to how it was set in pickups, Ftype pickup animated, you can see that here we had those uh, more parts for the rear doors. Let's get this template, vehicle, let's Ftype with door windows. Okay, so let's get this template and put those two windows into this template. Now we can have this imported into here via this template exclamation mark. And that's for, well, fake door pickups. Now that line here, if we go to F-type wagons, we know that long wagons here, they also need to have those fake windows. Put here and put here. Now, those crew long, they need to inherit not 2-door but 4 doors. Same deal with our crew medium. This crew medium, that needs to have 4 doors. Now, regular, this one is not having those rear doors or rear windows. Medium one, I suspect it does, doesn't it? Let's check in here. That one is a crew medium. Those are mediums. So yeah, they have those fake windows here. So, okay, what's lagging my PC? Here type medium paste fake windows here. Okay, that should get those sorted. Now, what was this complaint about an object missing? Trunk crew medium wagon object missing. Okay, so that trunk here is missing. Why is it missing? Let's check crew medium wagon trunk object here. That's crew medium wagon object in Blender. Animated miscellaneous trunk to medium wagon province object. Okay, that once again, that should be named province object. And that should be it. So on this restart, we should see all those vehicles fixed, which is good. Okie dokie. So, what's the weather like where you are? This week, all of a sudden, Moscow decided to pretend that the winter never left. It got real snowy. It is slowly melting away for the last few days and probably will go away by next week. But a bit unexpected. So I hope your weather is warmer. Okay, so game load. Okay, let's monitor this log. Nothing criminal so far. Okay, so now we have the trunk back. All those windows are properly visible. Okay, give me the key. Okay, so that is getting open. That one is open. Okay, all those vehicles are fine. Now here, that one is also animated. Those two are fine. And I'm kinda glad to say that we probably have animated uh, all of those F-type vehicles here. Let's double check that one. Remove this light. Yeah, that light. Not exactly where it should be, but close enough. I guess we can make it a custom light. So now what is left is those box vans here, or box trucks. There are, well, two kinds of them, because that one is a bit of a thing of its own, since it has let's check here. That door here is a rolling shutter door that needs to roll up, and all the other vehicles, they have like those double doors that just open to the sides. Both of those are already modeled, so we just need to set up correct animations for that. That's what we're gonna do now. Oh, yeah, one more thing to check. So those two lights and those two lights, they look close, but they are not the same, tragically. If we rotate this one, so those lights look close enough to those, and I'm hoping those two. Vehicle angles, lights, and yeah, that is just mean. Why do you need those lights to be specific to this ambulance, but not those two? Okay, okay, that's okay, that's fine. I can deal with that. I can really. That'll just take a little more time. Anyway, let's go to scripting. So let's duplicate a file. Let's rename it into Ftype box animated txt. Okay, now those base models here, we are gonna have not that many of them. So box, province, there's no need for those province. There's gonna be like box ambulance, and then there's gonna be box SWAT, SWAT here, then there's gonna be let's delete all of those. Okay, SWAT, and then there's you move it. Okay. So what are the object names? Vehicle bodies, vehicle ambulance. Is that actually already set up with color, or with tail lights cut out? Don't think it is. Let's switch to correct map. Yeah, those are still here. Okay, so we need to cut out those tail lights. What about front lights? 2. Yep, and front lights too. Okay. Okay, as that's what can we change you to CUCV? No, we don't have this CUCV material. Let's stay with spot, copy this material. Let's name you CUCV. Open folder. CUCV Franklin F350 CUCV shell. Okay. We just want to check those tail lights. Are they close enough? Oh, they are. Okay. So we don't need those to be separate. And finally you move it. Yeah, those are different lights. Okey-dokey. Okey-dokey. Okay. Now, instead of editing any of those, we need to edit components that go into them. So, grill CUCV, that I believe is the one. Oh, no, you have lights cut out. Then why don't those? Vehicle ambulance truck. So grill, component grill CUCV. Okay, that's fine. Where do you get the lights then? So if we just... Oh, because you have something else. That adds lights. What is it? Okay, light bar is not. Okay, the rear. Why does the rear and box door? This component box door. You seem to have something here. Now let's get rid of that modifier, and that resolves this issue. And I guess that one, component box shared. No, that's fine. Let's check if that breaks our vehicle with this you move it. Would you move it? No, it doesn't seem to break it. So let's get rid of this modifier. Okie dokie. Let's close you. So now that we established that front is fine, we have this box door here. That is one, but we would need a different one for ambulance. Okay, so let's duplicate. Box door, let's name your ambulance. So hide you for now. That one, let's cut out lights. Knife tool. Cut, 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 cut. Snip, snip, snip. Okay, that's not ideally production quality, but what you gonna do about it? Okay, cut all of that. That's one side done. Now let's cut the other side. Okay. Okay, okay. No, we need a couple more cuts from here down to here, like that. Okay. That is one light. That is another light. Hide them all away. Edge not sharp. Extrude by Y. Okay, what's going on? Where is the pivot? It's a cursor which is far away. Let's pivot individual origins, scale to nothingness. All of that, and that. Okay, that's a bit too far, I guess. IDB editing, select all, clamp to zeros, and move. Okay, that was fine. Move along Y to be inside the wall. So let's swap and CUCV reactors processed. Think that this edge and this edge can be not sharp, and that's fine. That one object is light swap rear left. Swap rear right. Okay, those are fine. Next, ambulance. Okay, that's our ambulance material here. Those square lights are much easier to cut out. Who would have guessed? From here to here. Edge, clear sharp. That's fine. Extrude Y, scale to 0. Select all those and all those. UV editing, clump into zeros. Okay, that's fine. That's our ambulance rear, and those are lights. That one is ambulance rear left, and that one is ambulance rear right. Good. With all of those lights, they need to go to lights collection. Next is box shutter. Okay, that's box shared, not shutter. That one is shutter, and that's where we need to insert that. Now knife like so, knife like so. Like that way, like down. Oops, nope. Cut that and cut that. Okay, that's one light separated. Those two, those two edges, they don't need to be sharp. Now let's do the same on the other side. Insert, cut about that, cut about that. Now slide those in places. Separate, hide, select this and select this, edge, clear sharp, select this loop and this loop, and both of those, edge, mark sharp, extrude by Y, about here, clamp into zeros, so no clipping here. All clamp into nothingness. Okay, that's fine. So that is if you move it light rear left, and that is you move it light rear right. Move them into this light selection. Okay, those components are now done, but we still need to fix something about those vehicles here. So here you can see that ambulance is not using the correct geometry for the lights. So, rear. Component box door. That's not the right component. We need to use component box door ambulance here. That's fine. Now, another thing that is noticeably missing from those vehicles is those floorboards. And they need to be part of this component box shared bit. Should I add them or just let them be for now? I'm gonna let myself be a little bit lazy for now. So we changed those this vehicle, so we need to export all of those regular and other vehicles here. Let's check ambulance. Do we have everything? No, that one was disabled. The file. Oh, by the way, CUCD, does it have this light? Game, please show. CUCD, vehicle angles. It does have that light here, and that's what vehicle angles. And SWAT has the full-on light bar. Okay, so they are different. And what about this one? Vehicle angles. Yeah, you have full-on light bar too. And you don't have light bar, do you? No, you don't have light. Okay, so that makes things a little more complicated. Now going back to Blender. Here we have this is a SWAT truck that we need to copy. Now your material is gonna be CUCV. Your name is gonna be CUCV box. Okay, and that SWAT truck here, that light bar, that needs a full-on light bar component. Where is it? Light bar. Okay. Now that box truck, it has this light bar, and CUCV only has this light bar. When you move it, it doesn't have it at all. Okay, that's another issue that we dodged. Save, export, FBX. That is body miscellaneous. Hide all of that. Show all of the lights. File export FBX. Ftype lights. Export. Okay, that should do that. Now about those. Since we duplicated them, we now need a separate box for CUCV. So vehicle ambulance is that name from body miscellaneous. Vehicle CUCV box, that's this one. Vehicle SWAT, that one, and you move it. That one, okay. Now, rear windows. Okay. Third, box, doors, rear window. Now that's the rear window that goes on those openable doors. Okay, what is the object name? Yes, this one, rear window ambulance object. Okay. And your bones are ambulance truck right bone, ambulance trunk left bone. Okay, now Ftype Other rear windows, we don't really have those. So let's move on to trunks. Here, once again, box, doors, trunk. It's gonna use the same bones as those two. And the name is, yeah, this trunk emblems object. And now we need another one, box, shutter, trunk. That is gonna be, on one hand, that's gonna be just this name, but the export name is, where is the modals? Where are modals X? Ftype shutter FBX. Rename, copy, paste. And the bone names are really different. There's something else. So we have that bone, and then we have that kind of bone, and it goes all the way up to how many? 14? Yes, 14. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. Okay, one short. Here we are. Okay, so no more of those models here. Now let's get the template. Okay, so template, Ftype, box, doors, trunk. That one is gonna use both rear window and the trunk. Oh, I'm really sorry, that was very sudden. So, and trunk part here, and you use this box doors as an object, and that doors rear window as another object here, and you don't need static sub-objects here. You are now fine. Let's change you, paste you here, Ftype, box, shutter, trunk. You don't have this windshield rear, and your trunk is this one, shutter trunk. Now that's not what I want, that's not what I want. You are more like it, so Ftype, box, doors, animated. So you use shared two doors. You use this box doors trunk. at all. You know what? We don't really need those separate. So we can just type those, put those in here and get rid of that. That's gonna be two doors, animated, and shutter animated. So two animation profiles. Good. And now we have more lights. Good. More lights. More lights. No, that's model. Once again, I want script for lights. We don't have CUCD lights yet, do we? Front lights, intruder 1611, and that's that. Here we see rear lights. So instead, let's take those, paste here, and let's rename them into box, I guess. Box lights front left, box lights front right, that one exists, that one exists, that one is fine. Now rear lights. Okay. So first let's go here. So we want box, you move it lights or a rear left. Box you move it light or rear right, and box you move it rear lights. Now let's get correct objects or object names. Lights you move it rear left. Oh, okay. Guess I messed up a bit. Here that box lights for front left and front right, they need their names too. I believe those would be those. CUCD front lights. Front left and front right. Save. Going back to the bottom. Here. Lights, you move it rear right. Now you can move it. That one goes here. And that one goes here. Box swap. Swap, 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 and swap. And now correct object names. SWAT rear left, and SWAT rear right. That's okay. And finally for ambulance. Ambulance, ambulance, lights, ambulance rear left, and ambulance rear right. PZK. Save. Okay. And now we need some things like this. Template vehicle, Ftype, box, ambulance, light. So we want this to be here. Box front lights, and as rear we have this ambulance rear lights. Now same for SWAT, and you move it. They all use the same front lights, but that is SWAT rear lights, and you move it rear lights here. You move lights. Okay, those are fine, and that should be everything we need to set up those vehicles. Let's pull up the vehicle IDs, those four. So create animations profile. Okay. Let's take this CUCD as our first example. Wagon Snow here. That is the vehicle model name. Lights is well, you use SWAT lights. Your animations are template box doors animated, and you have two doors, but instead of trunk you need a rear door version. Open bed, semi short rear door version. Oh, yeah, here we are. Was I on the text for not on the text for quite a while, I guess. Well, oops. Nothing I can do about it now. Okay, clone profile. This you move it. Let's drop you here. Let's use you as an example. Let's use you move it base model. Let's use lights for you move it. And animations profile. That's gonna be a different profile here. That is a shutter animated, which is okay, I guess. Next, that ambulance. Use this same box UCB. Let's specify different base model for ambulance. Lights are also different for ambulance, but it doesn't need to override this animation profile. And similarly, SWAT is here. So base model needs to be a SWAT specific base model, but we don't need to even redefine lights. So save, and that should be it. Now when we restart the game, those vehicles should get their animations imported. Let's try it out. Let's close the game. Loading lower. Oh, let's switch to game scene before I forget. Okay, continue. Okay, loading done. And it's dark and rainy. Log appears to be clear. No, not shift channel debuggers. Let's hurry up with time. Let's now stop it. Close. Let's set time normal. Okay, so lights are not here. That gets open, that's fine. What's wrong about lights? The doors, they should open too, yeah, as long as I have the key. Okay, so seats are working. At least this seat is. Let's check this out. Is it both seats or just one? No, that seat looks fine. There is a problem with the rear windows because they are poking here through the seats, and that seat is broken, and I know why. That's because we set a different shader for it when we were trying to fix this character clipping issue. Now, vehicle angles, rotate. Okay, so the doors are not here, though they should be. What about this one? Okay, so here we also missing doors. And once again, we have one light, not the other. What is the issue with that? Okay, not a valid animal type. There is nothing here about missing objects. So, what's wrong with those doors? Animated, miscellaneous. That should close. That should close. Rear window ambulance. Scales and positions are fine. Trunk ambulance. Scales and positions are fine. Okay. Now scripts. Box doors animated. Box shutter animated. Is it a rear window or rear door, or is it not? Let's check this out. So mechanics, that is, no, that's the rear, that is a rear door. Oh, yes, that is a rear door. That's exactly what's wrong here. Because here we define it as trunk door, which is wrong. Let's find some truck here, truck box. And here, that part should be called rear door rear instead. But you are door rear and you are door rear. Save all that. That should fix that thing. Now about rear lights. What's wrong with those? And front lights too. Oh, front lights. Complete vehicle from flights. That's okay. There's commas. Nothing wrong here. Okay, I guess that is something we'll be discovering next stream, because that stream is coming to close. I'm really grateful that you came here to watch me struggling with those vehicle animations. I hope you enjoy the progress we made this stream, because we added a lot of vehicles to animations. Well, animations to a lot of vehicles. Actually, let me just put those marks all across where they belong. Here, and here, and that one, and those two. So we are now officially over 51%. Yay. Halfway there. And all those vehicles, yeah, they took a while. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time. Goodbye, and have a nice day. Bye bye.